there's no question Trump wants to be the guy that ends this conflict.
Yes.
You know what? And so he so far he is not pressuring the Republican-controlled Congress to cut off future aid to Ukraine. But that's clearly in his sort of basket of negotiating tools with Ukraine. He's willing to give away pieces of Ukraine on Ukraine's behalf, but he also will basically tell Putin, I'll stay in this as long as we have to. Right. So that's when you say who's he talking to, that's what Trump wants. And I actually think there's a pretty good chance he'll get it because ultimately he's willing to walk away from Ukraine. Right. And I think Zelensky knows that.
The pivot point on this, folks, is I believe 2008, Condoleezza Rice and Robert Gates in Belgrade is sort of when we decided to extend NATO, et cetera, et cetera. Professor Schiller, how far is President Trump in his Oval Office foreign policy from traditional American foreign policy?
So, Tom, this is like a mind meld. I was just thinking this is exactly the opposite of the George Herbert Walker Bush and the George W. Bush Republican Party, which was, engage, exert influence, send troops where you need to. So this is a complete sea change. This is going back to the 1940s. This is sort of Southern conservative Democratic Party isolationism. This is we will exert power when we need to, when it's in our interest, but otherwise we are not going to come to the rescue of democracy. We're not going to promote it, clearly shutting down USAID. We're not going to do this anymore. And John Quincy Adams said this, in the 1820s, we'll be with you, but we don't have to go in search of monsters to destroy. That's how he put it. It's taking the United States into a completely different realm on foreign policy, but it's not soft power. Trump is willing to use the power. He just uses it in his interest and the United States' interest.